Wherever you're up to, just have a pause and we'll go to 2E. You'll see there's two examples. And we'll do it because this isn't different from the product rule. It's a direct application of the product rule. And in fact, in the later parts of this exercise, there is an opportunity to prove it. And it won't necessarily be my expectation is that you finish that whole exercise as well, because I understand that's a fair bit of work. It'll just be do as much as you can, and we'll have an opportunity to address the questions that arise tomorrow. So quotient rule says, like the product rule, if you think product's about multiplying things, quotient's about when we have one function divided by another. And it's almost the same, but you absolutely must set it up the way I do because we're subtracting the second part. Okay, so there's subtraction there, and then there's a quotient part as well, it's divided by v squared. So our example then, we have f of x is root x take 5x on top of 4x. Okay, this is the function. So we're going to identify what's u and what's v. We always do that first. So u is always what we have at the top. Okay, u has to be what you have at the top. So I've got x to the half take 5x. That's everything that I've got at the top. And then v is whatever you have as the denominator. Okay, and then just like the product rule, you've got u dash and v dash. Okay, then we'll smash all of that together. U dash v, okay, u dash v has to go first. U dash v. So that's u dash, and then my v is 4x. Now let me include some proper notation here as well. F dash of x equals u dash v, take away u v dash. Okay, u dash v, take away u v dash. So write these parts down properly, and then it's just a matter of copying into this part. Then divided by v squared, whatever that denominator is. Write the whole thing out and chuck it in brackets. The whole thing is squared. You could write that as 16x squared if you want to. And this obviously again it can be collected, and we can collect like terms and simplify it, which we will do a little bit of tomorrow. For now, I just want you to practice solving the rule. Okay? Let's move on to the next one, where we have 3x take 2 on top of the square root of x to the 5 take 3x plus 2. Alright, so our first step, identify u and identify v. U is everything that we have at the top. V is that whole thing that we have at the bottom. And straight away, I'm going to express it to the power of a half. Okay? It's the square root of all of that. So it's to the power of a half. So u dash will be 3. And then for v dash, we're going to need to use the chain rule. We have a function to the power of n. So we'll go n f of x, n take 1, n f of x, n take 1, and then multiplied by f dash of x. Okay, so u dash, v dash, get that part right, and then you just type it in according to the quotient rule. The derivative function, f dash of x, will be u dash v u dash v, take away, that's where it's different from the product rule, is there's a subtraction, and then u v dash, all of that. Tidy. Okay, so I'm just copying it, right? U dash V, take away. There's U, there's V dash, and we've typed all of that in there. It's a beautiful mess. And all of that, so you look at your formula, U dash V, take U V dash, divided by V squared. All right, what you have at the bottom, you keep it there, but it's squared. X to the 5, take 3x plus 2, squared. Now, when I'm up here, I'll always just plug it into the formula as it is. But if you're looking at that, you're probably going, oh, square root and the squared will cancel. They will. So you don't need to write them. If you were to write it without the square root and the squared, you would still get the full marks for it. What we're looking for is the correct placement of U, U dash, V, and V dash. Okay, so I think we're probably reasonably happy with the product rule. Up to you whether you want to continue with that exercise or have a little bit of a go at the quotient rule. You can see they flow on from one another. But that's where I'll stop there for the quotient rule. We've got those two examples done.